This laptop weighs less than 1 kilogram and offers up to 23 hours of battery life. It sounds pretty crazy, but it is the real deal. The ASUS Zenbook A14 is a super capable 14-inch laptop that's powered by a Snapdragon X processor. And despite being a thin and lightweight laptop, it doesn't skimp on features, and I'm here to tell you why you can finally consider getting a Snapdragon laptop instead of a regular x86 one. The Zenbook A14 looks very different from the previous Zenbooks that we have reviewed. I love its unique looking Zabriskie beige color chassis that stands out from the rest and matching colors on the keyboard. The simple ASUS Zenbook branding also feels very refreshing to look at. What makes this laptop such a lightweight device at just 899 grams is the use of ceruluminium, which stands for ceramic and aluminium. It is a high-tech ceramic material that is 30% lighter and 3 times stronger than aluminium while having anti-scratch and fingerprint-resistant properties, making this the most durable lightweight laptop within the price segment. Despite its sleekness, the Zenbook A14 doesn't compromise on I/O, and I'm glad that it has a full-size HDMI and USB port alongside 2 USB 4 ports and a headphone jack. While you can also extend up to 3 displays that even the latest M4 MacBook Air couldn't do. In fact, the Zenbook A14 is the direct rival to the MacBook Air, as the Snapdragon X processor uses the ARM architecture that has similar benefits as Apple Silicon. You get better performance per watt compared to x86 powered laptops. It also remains cool and the fan hardly spins out even when I'm doing processor-intensive tasks. What's even better is that the base model of the Zenbook A14 already comes with 32 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM and a terabyte of user upgradable storage, making it a better multitasking machine and more versatile than the MacBook Air. However, you might be worried about compatibility issues on ARM-based Windows laptops despite the benefits. I'm happy to report that most x64 apps run without major issues on emulation, and there are already many apps that run natively on ARM. These apps include Adobe Photoshop, Lightroom, Spotify, CapCut, and all Microsoft 365 Copilot apps. I'm also rather surprised that some games played reasonably well even on battery despite not being optimized for the laptop's Adreno GPU. And this is a very promising result that could lead to power-efficient gaming laptops in the near future. As a Copilot Plus PC, the Zenbook A14 enables several experiences that x86 laptops couldn't, which one of the more useful ones is Windows Studio Effects. It uses the NPU of the Snapdragon X processor to greatly enhance the webcam's video quality and apply effects in real time. This is better than software-based optimization as it ensures stable frame rates in video calls. There's also generative image editing features on Microsoft Paint that can help create sketches and photos based on text input. Not to mention the Copilot assistant that can do a variety of tasks from writing to programming. Battery life on the Zenbook A14 is really good, even though I couldn't achieve up to ASUS's claim of 23 hours, because there's still several apps I use that run on emulation which can take a toll on battery life. But it is still very impressive as I managed to get up to 14 hours of real-world use on a single charge. This is one thing that's hard to get on any x86 Windows laptops, and you can fast charge the Zenbook A14 over USB PD with 65 watts of input. And boy, look at how compact this charging brick is. With a starting price of 4,999 ringgit, I'm impressed with what the Zenbook A14 has to offer over the competition, and it got me convinced that ARM-powered Windows laptops can be just as good as x86-powered laptops. We are not going to encounter any major compatibility issues if you're using the regular productivity apps, and I dare say if the development goes well enough, we might potentially see developers adding more capabilities that leverages on the Snapdragon X processor's power and NPU. So if you've been thinking of getting a MacBook Air alternative that has the same great power efficiency, definitely give the ASUS Zenbook A14 a look. And you definitely won't look back. So that's all for the ASUS Zenbook A14. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.